Hello, I'm Lee Yancey with Moving Screen Marketing and Media Group. This is my mobile video unit, and what we're displaying now is a film by Mr. Humphreys called Motor City Street Racers. We do many things with this mobile video unit. Live streaming, live podcasts, we sell advertising, we play video games. We do it all from the moving video unit at Moving Screen Marketing and Media Group. And what I can also tell you is the mobile video units are never ignored and impossible to miss. And we love it. And we're over here at Bob's Classic Cars. Everybody's reviewing the classic cars that are going on in the city of Detroit. I'm sure Mr. Humphreys has gotten pictures of all the beauties. So you just take a look at them as you go through the film that you're going to see me on when you see the film.
I'm Bob Charleston of Bob Classic Vehicle Storage. We've been at this location for the last 10 years as of this month here. And what this facility has to offer is vehicle storage. That's what we have, you know, for that particular special vehicle that everyone seems to have and can't park it in the garage, especially come wintertime. We offer a facility to take care of that. I like to say this, I like to consider this your garage away from home when you come up here to Bob's Classic Vehicle Storage. Now, I'm able to store your race car along with your trailer at the same time at my facility. So I've just, once again, like to let everybody know we're here for your storage. So come on through.
Hi, I'm Paul Humphreys Sr., and welcome to Garage Talk. In this documentary, we're going to focus more on what people are doing in their garages, from your top shop mechanics to your backyard mechanics. What they're getting their cars ready for, car shows, cruises, and any type of auto racing. Most of these people have the same goal from your top shops in your backyard. You know, trying to get the cars ready for the Autorama, the Woodward Cruise, and various car shows throughout the summer. And then we talk a little bit about the street racing, how things used to be, how everybody started down at the White Castle, Livernois and Warren. And then we go into how we do street racing today. So while you're watching the documentary, I have a ton of work to do on my motors since I never had time to do anything. So while you're watching that, I'll be working and working and working. But enjoy it, and I'll see you at the end.
Bobby McRae. This is my man cave. I'm one of the founding members of the Metro Cruisers, along with Caleb Jones and Randy Andrews. Randy has left us and gone to live in Tennessee, but this is my man cave. And a little history. I've been in this sport over 40, 50 years. Man, that's a long time. Anyway, let's see, we started the Metro Cruisers about 10 years ago, and we have about 10, 12 shows per year. And we cater to the mature. Although we let the jitterbugs in, but we kind of ride herd on them. Anyhow, like I said, I've been in this sport over 50 years. I know all the big hitters, all the old timers. Let me see if I can name a few. Byron, Houston, Sonny Shaw. Oh my goodness. Some of them done come and gone though. Damn. Let's see. It was Willie Daniels. And then we can't forget old Hollywood Sam. He had a C-gas car back there when black folks didn't know nothing about no gas cars. Well, this is my man cave and thing and all. I decided when I retired that I'd have somewhere so I'd be at home but away from home. And it serves a purpose where the guys can come in the evening and they can bend their elbow, talk a little squish. And then when they leave, they get a gear or two. And this is my 34 three-window coupe. I've had this about 4 years now. Yeah, about going on 5. And it has all the comforts of home. It's a small block, 9-inch rear, coilovers, rack and pinion, air conditioned, stereo, and it just rides like a dream too. This is my pride and joy. I bought this truck brand new, and through the years I have modified it, and I'm on the 5th year of the last one now. I have totally disassembled it other than taking it off the frame. Everything in it is top notch, and it's got a 468 big block in it, a Merlin block at that. It runs 7.5, 2 750s, and it dynoed out at 820 horsepower. It's got 4-inch exhaust, stainless all the way back. It has aluminum drive shaft, double hoops, modified 9 under the back. It has Americans, 17s and 15s, Hoosiers on the back. It's airbagged. I went the whole route this time because this is going to be my last go at it. Sweet. No Hemi, just a big bald rat. I'm working on the inside now. Here's the door panels and the dashboard.
Sweet.
I done put a lot of time in it, man.
Yeah, I see.
Yeah. I'm really glad to see the young fellas that's taking the West name. I just like to see them in the more traditional things, you know, chopping them. Because this one is chopped 5 3/4, and that one is chopped 8. Let me see, 8 in the front and 7 in the back. I got some pictures. It's 50 years old when I had a chopped 50 Merc with a Chrysler in it, and I had a 32 3-window coupe with a full flat head. And there's a picture of me, 1969, with my old race car, which I still have. That car been in the garage now for 40 years, and it's all there too. Got a 557 gear in it, got a rock crusher, line lock, all the good stuff for back in the day, which is still good stuff, you know. Tall gear, little motor, he'd like a lot of gear, man. And I could leave with that. When I finally got it running, I could leave with it with the left front wheel, with it twisted. First gear would run out no farther than it wouldn't even run 100 foot. Maybe 75 foot first gear was gone. But it'd be leaving. It'd be moving, Jack. We started at the castle down there on Warren and Livernois. But things was different then. Cars wasn't as fast. Spectators wasn't as ignorant. But when they started racing over there on Oakland on the side of the West Name, I kind of gave it up because I said, here these cars coming down through here. 10-second car is terrible for the street, trying to stop it. And I used to see them be down on the other end. They be starting down on this end. And then people be all in the street, and the cars be done hit third gear. And then they spread out the way. And there ain't but one way if you can get up on the curb or go on the expressway. I said, no. And then they be betting money. Somebody don't want to pay. Then they want to fight. I said, fighting wasn't bad, but them pistols, I said, oh, Lord, it's time me to get us up. But we used to have good times down there at the castle, and we also used to go out there and race out there on John Crunk and Stecker down by Wyoming and Michigan. Them were some good times. And then even before that, in the 60s, we used to go to, which is now Hubbard Drive, used to be called College Road. And that was from Ford Road to Evergreen, both ways, quarter mile. Good racing, a lot of fun. We had fun back when I was a young fella. Now you're kind of scared because you don't know who next to you, what they got. Okay? And they might tell you to unash your car. Anyhow, I'm glad to see so many of the young brothers now is finally taking an interest. I just can't get up on them big wheels and put them on the cars that are standards, you know. Your last, what's the name? Your last street car, like they said, the '57 Chevy was the ultimate. This last one is a Malibu, and then when I see a Malibu with 20s and 2s and 4s on it, and you can crawl under it to take the transmission out. You need a ladder to get up in them, and it's killing the cam and the caster. You know, it just. But then again, that's their money and that's their car. You know.
This is one of many shows you guys put on a year. Tell me about your Metro Cruisers and when you guys started.
We started about 10 years ago, and we kept it as a tight group organization, but open, you know what I mean? And so we're doing it to bring people together, to show them how to have a good time together and just relax.
Okay, so what inspired you to do something like this?
We got together and just started talking about it, and how we would want to just bring people together and show that we can get together and have a good time without a bunch of nonsense.
Okay, sounds good. Now, do you have something down here?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
I have a 67 Chevelle Super Sport 396.
Okay, where is that one?
It's parked over there. It's black.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
With the hood up.
All right. Yeah, we got that one on tape.
Yeah.
So, how long does it take you to do what you have to do to get your car ready?
I restored my car. It took me 4 years.
4 years?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got it back to the original, all but the motor, right?
Yeah.
Interior's
yeah.
all?
Well, it's modified.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you go out to track at all?
Not yet. Haven't had time doing shows.
Doing shows,
yeah,
right?
you know.
Yeah,
so.
I know this keeps you busy.
Right. Oh yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate your time and keep up the good work.
Thank you.
All right.
My pleasure.
All right.
Thank you.
Hello, how you doing? This is Caleb Jones with the Metro Cruisers. We're a car club out of Detroit. And just to say hi and letting you know that we do car shows pretty much around the city. Harbor Hill Marina, Super K-Marks, and we've been doing shows since 1999. And just saying hi to everybody from the Metro Cruisers.
What my project looked like in the beginning. All right, this is what this car looked like in 2001. It was a stolen recovery car, and we put probably about $10,000 in this car with a body off restoration, and we're trying to get it together, and hopefully this year we'll be able to take it to the Dream Cruise or something. You know, we're waiting on slow motion of other people putting things together for us, but you know, this was a dream of mine, and it's almost a reality. So, you know, one day at a time, one step at a time. You know, keep staying busy.
How long you been working on this?
Well, we started, like I say, I bought it in 2001, and I worked on it for about a year or so, and it was in a garage, and somebody set the garage on fire, and the car got burnt up, and it sat for another 3 years before I decided what I was going to do with it. And I found a guy, Larry Baker, who's an old school body man, and he worked on it all during the winter and got it back together for me. So then we took the body off the frame, had it dipped in acid, and put a cage in it, had the frame reinforced.
Which one you bringing down to the castle?
Well, you know, I got a lot of drivers.
I know.
All these cars run. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you gonna do it again this year?
Yeah.
When is it?
The weekend after the cruise.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm gonna bring at least 3 cars. This is another dream of mine, future project. We got a 1970 Chevelle Malibu 2-door, originally a 307 car. We plan on cloning it into a SS454. So, you know, we had to buy some sheet metal and different things and gut it all out. You know, it's gonna be a pretty nice project when we get it finished. Probably next year or so. So we got a small block 400, 30 over, with 5.7 rods and aluminum head with a roller cam. We'll see what we can get out of it. You know, it's just like I say, this has been a dream come true, and hopefully the reality of driving it for the first time will happen this year, you know.
What kind of time you expecting to get out of the car?
It's supposed to be a 10-second car off the trailer on just motor. So that's what I'm hoping, and I'm hoping that I'll be able to pull the wheels too. You know what I'm saying? That's I'm gonna be disappointed if the car don't do that. So, but hey,
What can you say?
yeah, hey, it's a dream.
Tell me something about your back in the day races. When you
Well, we started in May of 1960, Detroit Dragway. Started when we were about 15 years old, running a 50 Ford Crestliner with a flat head going 1892 and a quarter at 69 miles an hour. That's a good number.
Yeah.
And we started out doing that and proceeded to a few other different cars. 57 Ford convertible, 312, and a 56 Mercury with a 406 in it. And a 63 Thunderbird convertible, a Roadster model, going high 16s, you know, in the quarter mile.
There was a time in the Detroit Dragway days that you had held the title for 3 years.
Well, I had a 57 Ford that ran with a 406 in it. And it ran with the Bob Ford group. I got a lot of help from Bob Ford. And we ran in a hot rod class, what they called a hot rod class. And that was usually designated for estimated cubic inch to the weight of the car. They would come up with a ratio and they would put you in a class. And you didn't have a lot of the stuff you have today, you know, back halves and trick suspensions, and you had Atlas Bucrons and maybe bleach and water in the trunk to spray on the tire to soften it up, or maybe a little bit of Crown Royal in the gas tank, maybe some for the driver, some for the car. And you didn't have an awful lot of technology back then. It was kind of raw. It was fun. The 57 Ford with the 406 didn't run outstanding, but they knew I was there. You know, I didn't win nothing big with it. You know, quarterfinals and that kind of stuff. It was fun though. The 66 Fairlane, the 390 GTA car, E-stock automatic, was IHRA national record holder, American Hot Rod national record holder at the time, and IHRA. And it ran an E-stock automatic for about 4 years. Top of the hill, and then I lost the record to one of Carl Holbrook's guys. And after that, we sold the car because we couldn't win anything the last year. The last year out, nothing went right. I mean, 28 Model A sedan, got a 428 Cobra Jet in it. It's got a 9-inch Ford Ren, 4-speed. It's about 565 horse. The flywheel weighs 2,104 pounds. 0 to 60 is brutal. It'll do it in about 3.6. As long as it's got another set of tires on it other than what's on it. It's been raced at the quarter mile, but they won't let it out there anymore because of roll cages and a few things. And the car doesn't get hold of the ground really well. Only weighs 2,104 pounds, like I said. And the 60-foot time is not real good. You're cutting, the car's only made to do 40 miles an hour.
Right.
35 instead of, you know, the wind. It's all steel car. And the car belonged to the doctor that was in the Star Trek movie, DeForest Kelly. Belonged to his family from the Upper Peninsula. Still a handbrake that still works. It's got all the original brake pedal and clutch pedal. All original stuff. All the window linkage is still in it, because it's all stainless. The gas tank, the original gas tank is still in it. It's stainless. All the brake cable stuff underneath the car is stainless. The rear seat is the original one, just been recovered. Everything is stainless. This box in the back here is an antique piece, and I just put a Ford emblem on it and put a latch kit on it and keep a gallon of gas, some tools, and a few cold brewskis. When you old cars like this, you're indulged to have a few brewskis from time to time. That's how you got to deal with stuff like this sometimes. Sometimes it's constantly obstacles, you know. And there's nothing you can just buy and bolt on the car. It's not like that when you got it. You won't find another one, a Model A with a 428 Cobra Jet. They all got Chevys and 302s in them. There's a reason for that. This is absolute insanity right here, you know.
This car here I saw.
Yeah, this is a 67 Lincoln convertible. It's kind of stock, had 18,000 miles on when I got it. I've had it 23 years, belonged to Alan Trammell before I actually got it. It was in the World Series parade in '84. It's got a couple unusual things to help it go down the road, like another carburetor, MSD ignition. It's got a car record player in it. Well, it plays the old record, the old 45s. That's it right there. The original floor mats that were in my original 66 Lincoln convertible, still intact. Try to figure that out. Here, if you hold this and let me just slide a record out of here and show him. Right. I'm sure he's never seen one of these. You may never see one again, but in a prehistoric museum someplace. Wow. Plays 45. Curtis Lee and Little Angel Eyes.
This here is
a Mustang drag car.
This is your baby, right?
Well, yeah, I don't know. I've been calling it a couple things other than baby lately. 352 horse at the rear wheels. Up here is about 460. But it's got a couple issues with the trans right now. After about the second run, it loses about 30 horse on the dyno. So that's got to be the clutches and the trans. There wouldn't be the converter or nothing. So it's a motivator, you know, things get on your nerves, you can back it out and do a couple burnouts. And they had never had a request for something like that. They couldn't find nothing on the books anywhere. And the head of the board come out here, Walter Zigman, and he said, we can't find anything on the books that exclude or includes this. And we can't find anything bad about it from the neighbors. And so we're going to authorize it. So they went ahead and stood in ground, and they just had to put a double latch system. So the car goes up and stops, and it goes up another one and stops. So the car doesn't push and go through the roof like Laurel and Hardy comedy having a Costello time, you know. And he spent a lot of time out here. We got heat, got air conditioning, got dual air, not just regular air, got dual air. Air here and air back there.
Okay.
And the 11th commandment is thou shalt not sweat while working.
Thomas, well, most people say Floyd, go by the last name more than Thomas, or Pope. That's what everybody know me by mostly. And working on a 73 AMC Hornet. 390, basic stuff, stock head, block, all of that. Just a little car I've been messing with for years. Trying to get it back together to see if I can take it out to the track a couple times. Have a little fun, that's about it. Nothing too quick, nothing too expensive. Into more time and more money. So, but they both getting close to finishing up.
What kind of time are you expecting? Can you tell? Is it a secret in case Chicago come back out here?
No, ain't no secrets. I ain't trying. I'm not that fast. went a few years back with the same motor. It went 12-volt, 116, but it had a few problems, so that I think I've taken care of. I'm thinking 1150, somewhere between 1150 and 1100, somewhere in there. Yeah, I'll be happy with that. Then I may put a little nitrous on it.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, it might get into the teens. That'll be good enough for me.
Now, you don't just wrench on the cars. What's your main thing you like doing out here?
Well, I do painting too. Yeah, I do. Painted a few of them. Painted this one a few years back. Go look at the truck. The last project. That's 69 Chevy pickup. Been about 3 years on it. Took it all the way off the frame. Sandblasted the frame, new lines, new bushings, new bearings, everything new under the bottom. I had to go to Georgia to get another cab for it. Started painting it. Getting to the point trying to make the Dream Cruise this year. I'm trying to make the Dream Cruise, so if it make it there, it'll make it down to the castle.
Good.
So trying to get my seats and interior in soon. Some gauges in. Motor new too, so it ain't been drove. Don't know if it's gonna get hot yet. Gotta break it in. So trying to get it together so I can get some miles on it. Take it up there and drive it a little bit. This is my little car show vehicle. Cruise around a little bit, take it to the car shows, and try and get some more paint work.
Now, did you put all this in too?
Yep. We took the metal floor out. Ordered the kit. Stained the boards, had to do a few adjustments on it. Actually took the original fuel tank out from behind the seat and I mounted it up under. That's what the hole is in the floor now. I fill it through there instead of, I wasn't going to carry the bomb with me no more. So it down on its last stages of getting ready to get a little bit of enjoyment out of it instead of spending money on it.
My name is Clinton McCray, better known as Mr. Clean. I moved in Detroit in 1976. Opened a shop on the corner of Joy Road and Hubble, and I brought this Fairlane with me from Massachusetts. It's a 67 Ford Fairlane with 567 cubic inch motor, 2 4-barrels, cargo 860s at 150, 155. We just put a new motor in it, 604 cubic inches. We're looking for it to go low 8s. And we're going to probably put nitrous on it a little later and spray it to see how fast will it go. But we're looking for the car to run some real low numbers. My son Nathan drives it. I don't drive it anymore because it leaves the ground with me, and that's a little too much for me. We also have a 67 Ford Fairlane convertible. It's called Mr. Clean 2. It says Mr. Clean goes topless. It's blue. Interior been all piped out. And that's my toy car, my play toy.
Hi, my name is Lou Vincent, and I'm with V8 State Corvette Club. And here I have today is my 2007 Indy Pace car. This is number 392, and it's a very nice looking car, as you can see. I also have a couple other cars, but this is the one I like just to cruise in and have a lot of fun with.
This is an Excalibur Series 6 Roadster. The Excalibur car company was a private car company out of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. These were handmade. During peak production years, they never made more than 375 a year. They started making them in 1964, went out of business in the 89-90 model year. Came back in 91, 93, made a few to try to revive interest in the name. And 95, they ultimately come back and made 6, and this is one of the 6 from 1995. So it's a fun vehicle. Love it, and happy to be the owner.
Yeah, how you doing? My name is Ernest, better known as Speedy. I'm from back in the day when they used to street race. It was kind of unsafe and everything like that. What we're trying to do, what we need to do, we need to find some funding to try to get something a little bit closer than Milan for the city of Detroit. Here we are, you know what I'm saying, we've always been known as the Motor City, and these muscles don't always be out here because we redo them day by day. Mine is brand new, just freshly out, first time rolling today, and hopefully we can make something happen. Thank you. Oh, it's a 71 Chevy Nova with 454 big block in it.
My name's Chuck Wilson, over here at the car show, Mr. Clean Car Show. I'm here with my nephew, Lil Howard, and my son, Charles. They the one who helped me put this car back, put it back together in 1998. They was about 14 years old. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have got this car done. You know, and I really want to say appreciate it and thank both of them. I already thanked them before years ago, but thank both of them for all the work that they've done, man, and I really appreciate it.
Name is Warren Newton. Been racing since 1959. Raced in the Corvette class. Started off in Class E and went all the way up to Class B. Was a constant winner. And my cheering crew in the stands was Dirty Bob and some of the fellows from the West Side. I stopped racing in 1960, and at that particular time, I had owned 6 Corvettes in a row successively, and I switched over to a Shelby GT 350 that I got from Hertz. It was black and gold, and there was only 90 of them made, and all the Hertz dealerships had them from the West Coast to the East Coast. And they only kept them for 2 years, and for the 2 years that they kept them, on the second year, they decided to sell them all and stop handling Shelby GT 350s, which were Mustangs, of course. Everyone knows that. And that particular car, I ran oval track, I ran gymkhanas and things of that sort that all had to do with road racing. Also ran it at Waterford Hills Road Course, and then I had to put it down. I got too old to deal with it anymore. At the present time, I got 5 Jeeps. This is my best one here, and I've got 3 more. And what I'm doing currently, after retiring from the Detroit News, I'm building Jeeps and selling them. And every one I build is similar to this one that I have here.
My name is John Hinton. Me and my father built this 1971 Granville. Got a 455. We rebuilt that. We put some 20-inch rims on it, dual exhaust, Flowmasters on it. We had the windows tinted. Just about it. Completely redone the whole car. Father and son.
Hey, my name's Andy. This is mine and my partner's shop, Auto Addictions in Rochester Hills.
How many events do you all participate in a year?
All depending on what it is. I mean, we try and hit, a lot of the big car shows like Autorama or anything else that's kind of happening in the local area. As far, we try and hit a lot of the drag events.
Do you go out of town a lot for like drifting events?
We make it to like Ohio to Killcare Raceway. It's oval track and dragway down in Ohio. We're trying to make the D1 this year, which is in Chicago. It's pretty much the biggest event for drifting, and it's like the finals.
Oh, okay.
It'd be like the NBA finals, the drifting. So I mean, it's a big deal, big cash prizes. It's hard to compete with some of the, major companies that are in it at this point. We're still a smaller shop trying to make it and, trying to support our customers and our drivers and everything. So, it's Michigan, it's rough, but.
Right. So where do you have the events here in Michigan? What's the closest place?
As far as drifting, Clio Raceway, it's in Clio. It's like a half-mile oval track, just kind of how it's worked out, that everybody kind of cling to, the old school, oval track raceways, but they're really the only people that are really welcoming, and, a lot of the, it's real hard to organize something like that in like a parking lot or something, for like SCCA racing does. The drifters want to get, a lot more mile an hour behind it, and you know, third, fourth gear entry. So I mean, they want to be going 100 miles an hour, and it's hard to control something like that in a parking lot, you know. So even at the raceway, it's you know, a lot of people, you know, they get out there, people get real excited, and you know, they start hurting the car, hurting themselves. So I mean, you know, we try and at Clio, every event there will be like a drift clinic where some of the more, not professional drivers, but just the local guys that have been doing it for a long time, that know what they're doing, you know, they'll go out one-on-one with each driver and take a few laps around, kind of help everybody get control of it, so that, you know, even, you know, I mean, you hate to say when they're doing it on the street, but, you know, hopefully they won't be hurting somebody who have a little idea what they're doing, and, you know, try and get more people into it, you know.
Now the tuners and drift cars, all that, it's getting more popular to the people with the old school.
Yeah.
You know, they look at you, they turn their nose up a little bit, but they won't pull up next to you.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Well, I mean, you know, everybody wants to say, you know, ricers or this and that, you know, and I mean, you know, a few years ago when it all started, you know, I mean, a lot of people, that's how it was, you know, it was body kits and wings and stuff, and now the, you know, the true tuners and everybody that's, you know, stayed with it and still in it, you know, I mean, most people are doing performance modifications now and building motors and, you know, doing the same thing that everybody do to their big block, just on something different, you know, and I mean, you know, you surprise somebody out at the track in a 7-second front-wheel drive Civic, you know, I mean, it's, you know, it's just different, you know, I mean, we've done anything from, you know, supercharged big block 502s to, you know, I mean, I'd say that, you know, as a tuner, I more specialize in, you know, fuel-injected turbo 4-cylinders, but, you know, it's just, it's different, you know.
Now, most of these cars that you hook up, maybe in a quarter mile, they run maybe 10 seconds, 11 seconds. Most of those can be driven right home, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, we'll do, like, say, like a Honda, what would be kind of industry standard for a Honda would be maybe a B series, you know. It's like a 1.8 liter, you know, I mean, pump gas, set up, you know, just nice set of pistons and rods, stock block, you know, on pump gas, you know, I mean, you could easily make 400 to 500 horsepower to the ground on pump gas and, you know, still get you 30 miles a gallon on the way to and from the track, so.
That's incredible.
Yeah,
everybody running 10s and 11s in the old school, they got the trailer out there.
Yeah,
and, you know.
we went to, we had a little garage-built Civic that we did last year, and we went out to Milan. After the first pass, they told him to shut it down at the 8th mile because he's going to cross 135 mile an hour, and last pass of the night, you know, I mean, you hear him revving at the line, and the guy in the camera, he's like, he's got to drive this thing home too, you know? And he went 11-0, 135 on street tire, and drove it back home after him, you know. Wife and girlfriend in the car, wife and sister in the car. no, yeah.
That's
wife and sister in the car on the way home, you know. 4 seats in it, the whole bit, you know.
Wow, that's incredible.
Yeah,
you know?
it's just different, you know. I mean, a lot of people, I think, are just kind of coming around to it more, you know. They're looking back and now they see a little 4-cylinder out of the track competing with them, and now, you know, they're looking at fuel injection and turbocharging and, you know, more modern engines. You know, you see LSX or LS1s and everything now, you know. It's.
I know when they first came out, everybody turned their nose up. Now they have to respect you guys.
Yeah, no, they do. Yeah,
that's cool.
I'm sure it's still a big surprise for a lot of people, though. I mean, you know, you get, you know, decently quick street car running up and down Woodward, and, you know, you end up at the end of the night, you're cruising around with the 69 Camaros and everything, you know. And they've always been cool, though. I mean, we always stop at, like, Red Coat on Woodward, and that's where all, like, the muscle car guys will always meet up and cruise all the way north, hit the loop and come back, and, you know, they'll snag us up and wave us in, and, you know, I mean, and it's, I wouldn't say it's prejudice, but I mean, still, they're not waving in the guy that's got the wing and the body kit, you know. I mean, you know, they're still only waving in what they would consider a performance car, you know.
I am Melvin Howard, one of the coordinators of the Greater Grace Temple Car Show. This truck here is Miss Melvina. My oldest daughter is 47. She was a kid when we put it together. It's been together since 1969. 40 years we have driven this truck, raising our family and stuff like that, supporting the church and stuff, and we're happy to be here, and we're just happy to serve. And if you have any questions, please give us a call, and we'll give you all the information you want to know.
You also you're also a judge at one of the biggest indoor car shows in the country.
Yes, we're one of the judges for Autorama, the classic cars. We're on the staff there with the judging and stuff, and we judge at Autorama, which is 500 or 600 cars, and we happen to be on the judging staff there.
Big scene, big screen, live from New York, it's me, ailing from the scenes like a thriller on the scene. Keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. I'm setting chills with my breezes. Warm it up when I get this party heated. I'm a seaweed freak, I see weed and I eat it. Repeat it, I see weed and I eat it. And as the temperature increases, I'm causing seizures, avalanching fevers, even melting freezes, crushing you to pieces on my leisure, fucking you with tweezers. It's that easy. I'm that token mascot, white girl from the bad lot. Hit the G-spot, do it with the beatbox. I raise the caliber, up to the east side. I'm streetwise, I'll flip you to the B-side. Keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Just like that, keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Just like that, keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Shade in my white tee, shade in my white tee. Damn, I'm even getting laid in my white tee. Executing all plans, that's a promise. This is top priority, at least you know I'm honest. Like aim, I got some nice lips, I know you wanna taste. I got that Coco Loco, keep that shit in total motion. I'm packing protein, and I got my whole team, and we're smoking. Laws are broken, I'm closing 6 degrees of separation. What you know about my reputation? I'm a ball better, repeated animator. See you later, Space Invader. I'm headed for an all-out occupation. Keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Just like that, keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Just like that, keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Now that you're not in the data, yada yada, come lather, batter up your fucking parts, gather off your data, son. I really don't give a fuck, I just won't give up. And if you zip my lip shot, I have to put a clip up. Respect my shit, all you fucks are amateurs. I'm a hip-hop connoisseur, I make no exceptions. Get my bread on, the new obsession. Looking at a head-on, dead-on, take your bets on. I'm a daredevil, to take you to that higher level. I got a love spell, to make you feel a whole lot better. I'll give it to you raw, cause there isn't time to edit. I see you like the hardcore, I better get my fucking credit. Keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Just like that, keep it coming, that's a fact, baby. Keep it jumping, keep it bumping on the track, baby. Keep it coming.
We're back here at Autorama, downtown Detroit, Cobo Hall, one of the largest indoor car shows in the country. We're going to go around and talk to a few people and show you a few cars and what goes on here in Detroit. Let everybody know that we got it going on. Yeah. Why don't you explain the journey first? I know you had a journey getting here and getting set up.
Oh, yes. The journey began about a year and a half ago when I was here actually for the Woodward Dream Cruise. And I got a call because I'm from California, but I'm a native Detroiter. And so coming here a couple of years ago for the Woodward Dream Cruise was an event in itself. And I had brought I have a 58 Chevy half-ton pickup truck that I call Mean Green. Okay. And so I brought the truck, and anyway, I got a call while I was here because I had been searching for a 55 Nomad because I had previously had a 57 that, you know, and so I wanted a 55, and so I got a call, and back in California, and I had to go back immediately to get it. So I left and went and picked up the car up in Northern California. It had been sitting out in the field for about 25 years. Picked up the car. I already had a builder, which was Extreme Automotive in Corona, California. And they knew exactly what my vision was for the car. And about a year and a couple of months later, here we are. The car is about 85% done. It's not a complete car.
There's still some challenges that we're addressing that will be completed as soon as I get home.
There's challenges I definitely can't see.
Oh yeah, well that's they're minor changes, but there's just minor things that has to be done to make it the way I want it to be.
So it took you a year and a half to get it to this point?
Yes. Actually, it's not even quite a year and a half. Actually, it's almost about a year and a couple of months to this point.
My number one question, why'd you put a Hemi?
Well, first of all, this is a custom-built Hemi. It's not a Chrysler Hemi. It's actually more of a Chevy Hemi. Nick Aries, who's known for many, many years in the racing circuit for building pistons, is also a pretty good engineer, and he made a hemispherical engine back in the early 70s that guys are still using in tractor racing, tractor pulling, and all that stuff, and boats. And it was a 10-liter motor. This is a reflection of that motor. So what he's done, he's taken a Merlin X block, and then he had designed his own hemispherical heads. He's basically taken the best of both worlds in terms of a big block Chevy, which developed real good low-end torque, and the combustion configuration of a hemispherical engine, and merged them to come up with his own creation of what he thinks a Hemi is, and it's a Chevy Hemi. So it bolts right in. Actually, the engine went into the car a lot easier than everybody had expected. I didn't have to really make any modifications, and I left the inner fender wells in just to show that there was no real modifications done to the inner fender wells, and the engine just fit right in, and the chassis an Art Morrison chassis.
As we come down here, I always reflect back to the days when we was at the White Castle days, when we was coming down Warren and Illinois and enjoying ourselves and having an easy camaraderie with the fellas and running up and down the track running up and down the street as though we was at the track. So it just reminds us of that, and if you notice the car, we came a long way from the days of the White Castle days, and it just reflects from what we do as we continue to put our money into this car and invest it as we do that today.
In the castle, I had a lot of fun down to the castle, and I'm hoping that they will open up a drag strip someplace so we can have another good time right here in Detroit.
It brings back long memories, seeing all the old guys come around with their cars, and some of the memories when I used to attend White Castles on Saturday night or Friday, go down there and show your car. I thought you had a real fast car back then. As times goes on, see that our cars are very slow back in those days.
The White Castle, the whole racing thing, though I never wanted a street race car, but I didn't mind going and watch guys race on the street, Me, I wanted a track car, but, the castle was where you went and hung out, and you saw all the races, all the Detroit dragway races, the Motor City dragway races, that's what you saw,
As far as White Castle, back in the day, I grew up on the west side, almost in walking distance from White Castle. Hung out down there in my '69 Impala. Never did any racing, but, look good. I like to look good. I ain't got to go fast to get where I got to go.
I recall some of the days of the old White Castle down on Warren and Illinois. My experiences have been from a law enforcement aspect. Every weekend, we did our best to try and curtail some of the revelry, as it was, with the racing. But it was educational. It was a lot of fun, and we did from time to time had to do some law enforcement.
My experience with Illinois, White Castle, I got 6 points one night because the guy wouldn't go the other direction in a race, and the doggone Detroit police in the station wagon caught us. Other than that, White Castle was a whole lot of fun and everything else that went along with it.
See, I was that kid from the suburbs that used to come with my car on the trailer and park at a partner of mine's mama's house and unload and go over there with a 10-second car that never really saw the street. Used to hustle the guys in the city and then turn around and go out on 96 and hustle those guys too. It used to be fun taking people's paychecks back in those days. Check for check, dollar for dollar.
I'm going to take it down on Illinois and White Castle and turn it loose one day just for old time's sake. for the fellas like we used to do.
When I got to a certain age, you know, it was something we kept doing every Friday. We go to Castle, we get them White Castles, and we hang out and watch the races till 3, 4 in the morning. I mean, till you just dead tired. But it was, like I said, it was something that you had to experience. It was fun. And everybody got along, you know, they blocked the street off. It wasn't like we were just out there drag racing and somebody can just step out and, you know, somebody get killed or something like that. No, it wasn't like that.
My Castle days, it was fun time, you know. I wish they were still around. You know, it was still something to do. You wouldn't have to be at the track all the time. So it was fun. It was real fun days. You know, I was a young guy then, but I was still around with the older cats having fun. So that was my days at the Castle.
And I'm from Ypsilanti, Michigan, not from Detroit, but back in the days, I used to come down to White Castle. I used to love it with my cousin. I was about 17 years old, and he worked at Hydromatic. He was about 27, and every weekend I would look forward to asking my dad, could I come go over to Derek's house, and Derek would bring me down to White Castle, and we'd chase them all around, watching them race, and having a good night.
For the White Castle days, you know, I've heard stories from my brothers, you know, growing up, and just hearing the stories of the great days of the White Castle. I actually went to one of the reunions a couple years ago that they had down there, and just seeing all the cars down there, the street cars, and seeing familiar faces that I see now that's not street racing anymore, but everybody's doing it at the track now. And being part of that, you know, growing up, and my brother bringing me into the drag racing and racing now legally at the track is a whole different era for me. So I thank my brother and all his friends from the White Castle days and all their support.
In my memories of Warren and Livernois, the White Castle, hanging out with my uncle, at times with my mom, I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate going down watching the races, seeing everybody, all the cars on both sides of the street, everybody lighting them up, flying down the street. So I actually enjoyed going down there, especially because I was young and sneaking out, not supposed to be there.
You know, and I've been sitting back here listening to all these old guys talk about them White Castle days. You know, it's funny because, you know, they're a lot older than I am. So, you know, when I was coming up, White Castle, it was just people sitting out there hanging out when I go through. And it wasn't every Saturday. You had to be a good day to catch a lot of people out there. From the stories I hear, you know, they went down every Friday and Saturday and was running hard, you know. So it's fun. I wish I was, you know, a little older sometimes so I can experience some of that. But it's cool because, you know, the next generation, we got to keep it going. And then you just got to train the kids behind you, you know, so they can keep it going. And, you know, old cars, they can live on forever.
This is Herman Worthy and my brother Porter.
Yeah, how you doing?
As far as the scene in Detroit, it all started for us down at the White Castle, down on Livernois and Warren. Every weekend, matter of fact, I remember being underneath cars trying to put transmissions in just so we can go down to the castle and get it on. And usually we did. And most of the time we had a good time down there with the guys. There was, you know, none of the stuff that you run into nowadays, you know, with the guns and the fighting and all that. You know, everybody got along and we got out and we had a good time racing and just being out and having a good time.
Yeah, we opened up a shop, a gas station, and we would race all night long and go right into the shop the next morning. Wasn't no delay. Race, right to work. Had a good time.
My name is Anthony Watson. I have a 1969 Nova. It's called Kryptonite. I've been working on this car for the last 5 years, and we're still working on it. Back in the day, we used to run it, but it was orange back then, and we used to win a lot of races. We used to race it on the street, but now it's so dangerous, and the cars are much faster. So, you know, we we race. We go to the track now. Detroit should have its own track. This is the Motor City, and we don't have a track. That's bad.
Name's Ken Osborne. I'm the owner of this 64 Plymouth Fury. We've been racing this car for about 30 years. It goes back to the old castle days when I used to drive this down to the castles. And would race down there, but I took this car off the streets in '73, and we started racing heavily in '84. I met Bill Hancock, and it's been history ever since. It's got a 431 wedge with 2 full barrels. It makes about 650 horsepower. It runs 980s in a quarter of a mile at about 136 miles an hour. We've been to Norwalk, we've been to Mile High in Denver, we've been to Indy, we've raced all over the country.
Paul, I'd like to thank you for having us down here this weekend. This is really great. Last time I was here was 1971 in a '67 Chevy 2, looking for a little action on the street. It was a bad little car I thought I was bringing from the west side. Got my butt cleaned once or twice. But that's all past, and I think your help and the promotion of legalizing racing, getting a facility in the Detroit area to better take this off the street and really make something happening with some type of sanctioning body. Give you a little history on myself. 1974, I joined Michigan Hot Rod Association. We're the host of the Autorama when it comes to town. I've run a gas dragster, NHRA Division 3. Ran that car for about 8 years. It was a, big block Chevrolet injected car. At that point in time, it was running high sevens, about 172, 174. But I do want to thank you again for having us out here. What a great night.
Just take a look around. It's been a gorgeous night, beautiful night. Family, kids. It's just a beautiful night in Detroit.
The mic is on. Oh, we rolling? I didn't know that. How you doing, Paul? How you doing, Detroit? How you doing, America? But anyway, let me go back to the old days. Back when I first started racing back in 1970, about 8, 79. I had a 69 Catalina. That was kind of big back in the day. Everybody had big cars, though. They had big GS, and big old Bonnevilles, and big GTOs they was racing. Anyway, what happened was, after years went on, people had to get smaller cars to deal with the fast cars. They had to get something smaller with a big motor in it. So what happened was, I used to watch this guy. Inspired me was Ralph. Ralph had a GS Blue Stage 155, 455 in it with nitrous. He was the first guy that had nitrous in Detroit. He ordered from California. Couldn't nobody touch it. He had the fastest car on the street. What happened was, after he got through whooping everybody up, he gave his bottle to his cousin Angelo that had a blue Mustang. Couldn't nobody catch the Mustang. So now nitrous is on the scene. This is back in maybe about 80, 82, 83 up in that area. He had guys like Pac-Man, Casper, Ordinary Joe, Ghetto Rat. A lot of they all had nicknames. I was called JJ, just plain old ordinary JJ. But I had a car, he's called Pontiac H, JJ. So he's called me, I had another Trans Am called Smurfmobile. So our cars have names. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the name matches the character of the person who's driving. So I'm all right today. So anyhow, go back to what we talked about. I ended up with 69 Catalina, went to a GTO Le Mans Tempest, that stage cars. I had about 15 Tempests, Le Mans, and GTOs. I would mix them up, paint them some of the same color, and go down there and race them. So you know which car I was bringing. It was the one with the fast motor, the medium motor, the slow motor. But anyhow, that area went on down, went to the Trans Am, smaller. I put a 74 Grand Prix 400 motor in that car. Couldn't nobody catch it. No nitrous, all motor. So that ran for a while. I was president of the Trans Am Club, the West Side TAs. Boom, 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 time went on. Then I went to the fastest car you can ever get. Had a 1972 Nova with a Cadillac 500 in it. A lot of guys know me from that car. That car brung up everything. History come up that car. Took the motor out the Nova after about 5, 6, 7 years on beating it on everybody. Don King, you name it. I can go on Pat, all kind of guys. Anyway, Mailman. Anyway, I put that motor into my Buick Century, 1978 and 9 Century, with the slant back. Everybody know about the slant back with the wing on the trunk, with nitrous. I went to nitrous stage then, doing that like Ralph and Angelo. I only had a 125 shot. That car was so fast, you could not predict the speed of the car. I would spot guys 15, 20 cars and come get them in a quarter mile. Oh yes, most definitely. I got video. I ran the fastest cars you can think about. Didi on the east side had the Malibu. The white guys put it together. He put over 10,000 I work in the car. I had a junkyard motor. I had a junkyard Cadillac. And them boys put thousands in their cars just to beat this junkyard motor I had. Couldn't nobody do it. And I do have a videotape of that race.
I'd like to see that.
I actually copy that tape there.
Yeah,
right on Living Noise and
Go
Warren.
right along with this interview.
It was right on Living Noise and Warren. Oh, yeah, go right along with it. I ran him twice.
Did you?
Spotted him both times. Now remember, my car was a quiet stock Cadillac motor. It wasn't built up, wasn't a radical, no headers. Stock, I even had a quadrijet carburetor on it. Factory carburetor. You know, the only thing made it fast was a lot of torque. Torque motor in a small car with a nice Grand National gear. You know, the car was hooked, quiet. That's why I was under. That's a sleeper. Called a sleeper. Better known as a sleeper. It came to a point where I couldn't get no more races with the car. When nobody raced me.
Now it was just a car.
Everybody say, "Oh, I heard about that car with the motor, Cadillac motor in Cadillac motor." I would try to tell them, no, they ain't the one. Anyway, I painted the car from burgundy to green, trying to change the color of the car. That didn't work. So anyway, we made a lot of money with this car. With both of the Nova and the Century. We made so much money, I can't count the dollars. I ran police officers. I ran doctors, lawyers, anybody who raced car, I ran them. Oh, we got a race car pulling up now, a 340 6-pack. Okay, anyway, I would have ran him too. I would have ran him no problem. I ran Pac-Man. I ran Child's Play 2 over on French Road, made him blow his motor up. Ran White Boy Doug. Everybody you name, I ran. So what happened was Skip. Oh, I used to whoop on Skip left and right. What happened was all them same boys, when they spending so much money, well, I was out there leading. But it cost them like tens and twenties of thousands of dollars just to run 8s and 9s. My car only ran like maybe a high level. It ran maybe a high level. So from there, after about 95, I retired from racing. Tragical accident. Yeah, so I had a 125 shot out the hole. Couldn't nobody catch the 125 actually, so I really didn't need the 250, but I want to put the 250 anyway. I wanted to step my class up from the little Rudy Poos to the big boys. So I went to knocking big boys off. Buck, all kind of guys, big boys. Ernie James, I can go on and on. So I was running this guy, I forgot his name, but he got a 68 Camaro, primed up, running out Edward, lined up. I got the boy beat all the way through the quarter. He's still trying to hang with me, but ain't nobody never hung that close to my car. And that's what kind of had me surprised. So he had to be spraying nitrous too. He like about like my dope here. He on my dope. At the end of the quarter, some guy in a brown, I remember to never forget, brown Torino. He pulled out a parking spot real slow, about 2 or 3 miles an hour. I'm doing about 100 and maybe 30 to 50. Up on this big end. And so when I look up, I see the car pull out the parking spot. My man right on the back of my quarter now. So instead of hitting the guy that pulled out the parking spot, I swerved over, missed him. Good. Tried to get back straight. The car didn't go back straight. The car, it was so fast, just kept going sideways into a semi-truck. I totaled the semi-truck out, bent my car to a V shape. My car exploded. Blew up. I ain't supposed to be talking right now, but the car blew up, broke my leg, got a rod right now with staples and all that, you know, it got knocked out. The car blew up, like I say, on fire, 2 nitrous systems engaged, 2 batteries, 2 fuel pumps, everything's still pumping, the car on fire. What happened was how I got out. The guy who pulled out and the lady that he was arguing with, they got him mad enough to leave. They and the guy I was racing, there's some people around there, they pulled me out the car. drug me to a field, laid me down. I was out maybe 2 or 3 hours. I'm knocked out, remember? When I come alive or come back to conscious, I see the daylight. It was nighttime when it happened. I see daylight. I thought I'm in heaven. I said, I'd have made it to heaven. This ain't for real. It is a heaven. So I'm looking at
that was the end of your street racing.
No, it wasn't really exactly the end yet, but they pulled me back for a minute because out of all them years of racing from 1978 all the way to 95, that's a long stretch. Never had accident. Kept it safe. This guy never would have pulled out that parking spot. It still would have been safe. But he was coming so fast, he didn't predict how fast he was going to get up on it. So no problem. But that one was in 95, after I had the accident, I got rid of the car. I didn't want to see no more race car. Leg hurting, head hurting, I'm hurting. 2000, maybe 2 or 3, I ended up with another race car. Got one of my Mustangs that I didn't really race, traded it for his race car. I started easing back in the race circuit, which I was already known. If I eased back in a little bit, made a few passes here and there, beat a few guys, but the car wasn't like that original Cadillac model I used to have. So I still got the other one, that's color, 78, 90 color. I don't ride it that much, you know, because police is more hotter now. We got more traffic, more kids out here. It ain't like it used to be. That's why we need a track, so we can keep it safe. We'd have been on the track that night I had the accident, and they would have hit nothing. Nobody would have pulled out on me. You know what I'm saying? So it makes a difference by having it somewhere safe to race. We in Hamtramck now. Need to make a track over here, Detroit, Highland Park. Somebody need to get us a track so we can keep it safe. Want nobody to get killed, but maybe the guy who's driving the car if he don't know what he's doing. But at least I had to keep innocent people from being hurt. Right. You know, so I'm trying to strive like you is, and a few more guys want to get us somewhere close. Detroit crying about being broke. Okay, let's solve some of this broke problem by having a track where people can come spend $25, $30, $50 to run their car, everyday event, make you what, maybe $5,000, $10,000 a week or more, you know, and put that into the city fund to do things like clean up trees and tear these houses down and help kids school out, you know, and that kind of stuff, you know, get some revenue to the city. So that's why I'm here today, talking to Paul Humphrey about this kind of stuff. He did one on me before, but he caught me off guard. But I'm on guard today. I'm on guard. So it's nice talking to everybody, Hollywood Sam, all you boys, you big boy, Mr. Woolley, and all you. They all know me. Hitman, I can name everybody in the race circuit. It's so long that we run this tape all the way out.
I've serviced, as you said, some of the top names in the area. Like the people I worked for supplied Booth and Aaron's. They supplied Gratiot Auto Supply. They supplied Standard Auto. These were the big names at that time, suppliers. So the knowledge I gained from that, I was able to utilize in my own business. I'm now serving from my past customers, the grandchildren. All of my customers were big time. I don't have any special people name-wise, but I remember when you might say Houston Martin, which was a big-time racer at the time under the name of Little Kim. His son, Harold Martin, now running out of the stables with Delco, AC Delco. He would come in with a list for his father to buy parts, and I've known him that since he was just a mere lad, and I'm very proud of his accomplishments and achievements, just to name a few. If it was someone who raced in and around the city of Detroit, I was connected with him in some way, somehow, on some program. I tried to race.
What did you have going on, and what kind of times did you get?
Oh, I started with an e-gas car at the time, back in the day, and I moved up to a B-Comp Roadster, a D-gas dragster. Eventually, at one time I had a funny car that never came to fruition, but I had the body and the chassis. I've been involved with Top Fuel cars, funny cars. I was even involved with on the Chrysler crew when it had the 2 Hemi engines down on the hydroplane. I've been involved with cars that run in flat rock. And the car I owned was they called it the Econo Dragster. It had a big block in it, and I eventually got it down to 860. ET at 160 some miles an hour. But I've been connected with several national record holder cars that I've been part supplier of and part, not owner, but part team-wise member. And so most of the classes I've been involved with in national drag racing circles. Well, at an early part of when the schools were getting involved, long before they're at the place they're in now, the company I worked with used to send me out to students. They would have field days at some of the schools in the outlying areas, and I thought that would be a good idea to bring it back to the city of Detroit with such schools as Go Lightly. Highland Park had a program we was involved with. Northwestern had a program. I think Rover Wright had one. And Votech over here at Bryhoff. I'm involved with some of those programs. And I worked with the youth at the Youth Day at Milan when they have the nationals, the high school nationals, and I get the recipients to enter their cars at Cobo Hall when they have the Autorama show.
Now let's talk about the Autorama. You're one of the judges at one of the biggest indoor shows.
I've been part of the judging committee down there for a few years, yes.
Okay. How did that come about?
It came about through perseverance, and I also showed on the International Car Show circuit, and I just thought I could be instrumental in helping the Autorama, and being, with my input, being on the show circuit, I could entice participants to upgrade their cars, and just their experience alone, in my experience, they would become winners in their class, and I just helped them out best I could.
Okay, so what do you have to say for all the young drivers coming up today? What should they get into? And
they should first get a license, and they should get some insurance, and they should not be drag racing out here in the streets. And number one, you cannot beat a train at a railroad crossing. Forget about it. Use your head. You have too much going for you as far as just common sense. Put it to good use. Do good things with that. Those are things that you don't want to be involved in. The street racing, I know I did it. I know I've attended street racing races. I know what they're doing now. They're not only taking the race car, they're taking the car, the trailer, spectators, dogs, bicycles. They're taking everything at the race, and you don't want to be part of that. It just becomes something in your life you don't need.
Here we go. Hey, look.
He ready to go now. What are you talking about, coward?
I will not let you.
Remember the race we had?
No, ain't no motherfucker.
Do your own, get in your own car and do whatever.
She's scared. He want me to do whatever.
He get up to the shop and say, we gonna race.
And better yet, I get that motherfucker 2 in the lead.
He ain't gonna do
and I
nothing
bet
but
I'll
run his
beat the paint off his ass. Don't lie. You don't feel? We talking about Melvin Cody.
This is what y'all say. They
I'm gonna whoop his ass again. Again.
When?
Soon I get my shit back
20.
20.
You wounded now.
I'm wounded.
Yeah, you wounded now.
I'm wounded. I got a wing broke. But I broke that wing doing some shit I shouldn't have been doing. But this time I'm gonna do it on your ass. I don't want to run you down. I'm gonna let Eric leave with 2.
Hey, you put that on film back there.
On film. Now you see that, don't you?
Yeah. Do it.
This motherfucker here, you know what he gonna tell me? Take that shit off, take the
I didn't tell you nothing.
all leak and all that.
Oh, come on, guy. I ain't tell you nothing like that. I said race your car. I ain't tell you nothing. I tell you get your car with behind the car.
I don't try.
Can't get behind the
That's right.
You can't try. That's
what happened later. Hey, we just rip out the front seat. He's sitting in the back.
I wouldn't care who drives it.
You care, motherfucker. Get that trans together.
It's gonna be ready.
Your motherfucking ass. Big Shorts is talking and hey, Harold, come here. If you think I'm bullshitting, trying to put that motherfucking motor in that Trans Am, I'll terrorize you.
Don't worry about that. You just be ready.
My knee here. I'm gonna put Pat Madison head on his motherfucking head.
Hey man, shut up on that goddamn noise. Why you wanna hear that shit?
He got a Ford. He know he's crazy.
Damn right. What's up? Where that Malibu at?
I ain't got no car.
I ain't talking to your big head ass.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go down the way. Where your Malibu at?
Man, if you let that man talk to him, I don't know what.
What?
Street racing is dangerous and illegal, and one ex-street racer is putting his time and his money into getting that message out to kids. Paul Humphreys Sr. used to race for money in pink slips around the streets of Detroit back in the 70s and 80s. Now he has put together Motor City Street Racers, a documentary chronicling his era of street racing and how today's racing is too fast and dangerous to be done on public streets.
Back in the day, street racing was a lot safer, more organized. And the reason why I did this because I need to get people's attention, the young drivers' attention. Because street racing is getting a little wild, and we need to take it somewhere safe. They got a special event here. Some of the guys from the city of Detroit got together and they rented out the track to try to help get the kids off the streets, for street racing. And also they have a grudge match against Chicago.
It's beautiful.
We got a couple of Chi-Town guys down here now. First time. Say Herb.
Yeah, but they Herb.
Herb, not glad you came down to Detroit, man. Glad to see you, meet you. Tell me about your journey down here.
Well, it was a nice little journey. We started early this morning. Caught a flat on the trailer. Had to change the flat. That's why we're just not getting here. But it's my first time down here, so
okay.
I'm gonna try to do what I can.
All right. So how many guys are supposed to be coming down?
Well, like about 8 of my guys told me to come down here, and I beat them down here.
Oh, yeah?
So I don't know if they're coming or not, but they told me to get here, and I got here.
So after the day, you may have a grudge of your own, huh?
Yeah.
All right, so what you running here, man? What you got?
It's an 87 Grand National. 87 Grand National, 402 in it, nothing much. Just gonna see what it's gonna do.
I hear you.
First time out, had to cop about 4 months.
All right, well, welcome to Detroit and enjoy it.
All right,
have
thanks.
fun. Thank you. We got another big racer, Kenny Rogers from Chicago. Came down here to meet up with his crew. Boys from Chicago for this grudge run we're having here in Detroit. Kenny Rogers, tell me about your journey coming down here.
Long ride, safe ride. As long as we go back safe, I'm good.
Okay, what you running here? What you got?
I got a 69 Nova, new car, so this is the second time out with it, so we don't know what it's going to do yet.
Okay. So now you wasn't part of the grudge, were you?
No.
They did just put you in the mix.
Just put me
so
in
by
the
the time
mix.
you leave here, you're going to have a grudge.
Maybe not.
You might win the money and go home happy.
That's what I'm going to try to do.
Okay. Well, you know, thanks for coming to Detroit. Nice to meet you.
All right.
We're back here at Garage Talk. We got the big rivalry going on. Now this is Big Steve from Chicago, and they came down in full force. They said they going back with bragging rights. Big Steve, how was that journey, man, coming down here?
Oh, it was pretty cool. Kind of tired. We had to burn the midnight oil to get the cars ready. But
what's the deal on this grudge run? What happened?
Well, back in March, April. Back in April, we came down. We know a few guys from Detroit here, and you know how guys jaw jack back and forth.
Yeah.
And so we decided we'd come down to you guys' chaos. But I guess a lot of guys wasn't ready or whatever the case may be, so we came down and we had a good time. Detroit showed a lot of hospitality, and we really enjoyed ourselves. We stayed the whole day, and we had a good time. So Detroit said that, well, it kind of caught us off guard. We wasn't ready. So we bought what they told us to bring, and they wasn't ready for that. So we came back. We promised we'd come back, and we were supposed to come back May 16th, and that race was rescheduled till today. So, but you guys have to come and see us.
Yes,
you know, we had a race, but all y'all sent was spies. Y'all
That's what it was.
Right. So this is our second time back. So you guys owe us two.
All right. We'll give it to you.
Right. So
let's see who has the bragging rights after the day.
Exactly.
All right, Big Steve. Thanks a lot. Boy said they gonna go home with the bragging rights, man.
They ain't going home with bragging rights. Just as soon as I get situated, we're gonna show them.
Detroit side with this grudge run from Chicago and Detroit. I'm here with Tim. Tim got the bad Monte Carlo. I mean, this Monte Carlo's outrageous. Now, Tim, tell me about this grudge run. How you gonna be a part of this?
Whatever they want to do.
Whatever they want to do.
Yeah, whatever they want to do.
Straight up, what about they want some spots, man? You gonna get them that too?
Man up.
Man up.
Wheel to wheel.
All right, we're here with Fred, another Detroit racer, one of the top racers. He's just hanging out. He said he's just hanging out. for this grudge run, but I don't believe him. Fred, what's up with the grudge run, man?
Just hanging out, like I said.
Just hanging out?
You know, represent hometown. See what these guys working with, you know.
See, he's modest. So he's going to be hanging out with a Willie going down the court, but that's cool.
Trying to make it happen, that's all.
Well, it look like you're making it happen, Fred.
Yeah. Showing we got cars too, so, you know.
Oh, yeah. Thanks for representing.
Oh, yeah.
We taking anybody from Chicago. Come on with it.
Because they say they brought it, man.
We got a bankroll over here, y'all. We got a bankroll, so if y'all boys got some money, y'all come on over and talk to the bully, Sammy.
Then when they get on the side of this piece, I'm going to burn all the paint off them anyway. They got the right guy today. This is Detroit. Bully is back. See what I'm saying? Detroit NRA Association. There's a whole bunch of us out here today, and I'm glad they came down to get some. Hey, but two things going to happen tonight. They're going to either leave here a hero or a zero messing with me.
These boys from Chicago, too?
We're going to give them a little bit.
Okay, because they said they brought it, man. They said they came down to tell Detroit what they got and take care of business.
That's what I heard. I missed out on that first one.
Yeah.
So, you know, they calling on me, say, let's see what we can do with it.
And they smiling, too.
You know, that's good. That's the best way to look,
And they said they going home happy.
Well, everybody should go home happy.
Big Heavy gonna do inside. That's what I want to see. You that's what I want to see. You add some more nitrogen shit, some more paint on that motor. Got it looking good though.
Gotta let it step it up a little bit.
I know that's right. I know that's right.
We take everything off now. Take everything off.
Everything like what?
Just like you tell us. Take the wheelie bars out. We ain't gonna slow our shit down for you.
What did you saying, man? What did you say?
They ain't got no. We ain't got shit, man. We want to leave. That's all we want. We want to leave. That's it.
You ain't got no nitrogen?
Yeah, we got nitrogen.
Well, what do you want me to take off?
We want to leave. What?
Because we ain't got no nitrogen.
I got a plate on there. One system or two?
I don't know, man. You have to whoop your ass first.
Okay, come on. Come on, let us leave.
I'm going to run up first.
Let us leave.
I'm not letting you nothing, man. If you want to leave, don't leave.
We ain't taking shit off either.
You know what? Before the night is over, you ain't going to have to take it off, bro.
Okay,
bring this bullshit on first.
Let us leave.
Okay.
Let us leave. Hey, this bitch got a plate system on it.
This what we're going to do.
A plate.
We're going to let you leave. We're going to bring that tree down. You mess around and leave last, that's your ass. We ain't chasing nothing. You brought me over here for this, we're going to run you. We're going to run you right now. Hey, we're going to lock the money in on 2 races, bro.
Man, let's do this.
We're going to let you leave first, then we're going to take the lead from Ruben.
No, they want everything. These motherfuckers scared. We the star of the show. No, y'all ain't started. Come here. I can't tell. Y'all came over here to us. We ain't looking for y'all.
I got a phone call told me y'all was looking for me.
Y'all ain't shit.
I'm gonna tell you like Doc. I'm gonna tell you like Doc told you. I'm gonna tell you like Doc told you.
Every time, but hold on. Y'all always trying to have something lopsided and raw. We had to come to this motherfucker and give motherfucker y'all thought y'all tricking us with a stupid ass spot. I don't give a fuck if you was here. Now you here, give us a stupid spot.
I'm not.
Give us a stupid spot.
I was born at night, but not last night.
I'll beat your ass. I'll take that Cadillac.
Put it up.
Run right up in your ass.
How much will we need? Let's get down. Don't talk my ear off. Tell me a price.
Just come up with something good, man.
Tell me a price.
Put it in a box.
How much?
Put it in a box.
No. Tell me how much.
It don't make no difference. What else?
2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 4,000.
About 4 or 5. Yeah, I like that.
Lock in. I'm gonna tell you what we gonna do. I'm gonna tell you what we gonna do. Hold on, listen. I'm tired of your motherfucker. I'm tired of your mouth. You got one car, motherfucker. Lock in. You got one car right now with that green Mustang with this. Motor to motor. You got one car, motherfucker. Pussy ass nigga. We not letting you shake up out of there on shit. Hold on. They want this. They want this. You got one car, you pussy ass motherfucker. Man, I'm not letting you leave on shit. I'm putting you out there. You starting the race, you old sis ass motherfucker.
We not starting the race.
Talk to me when you get some courage.
No, I said let us start the race.
I offered you a car.
No, you offered me what
you in front of. You in front of. You got one car off a flag, goddammit. Nigga, you stay right here. Well, you ain't going nowhere.
Go ahead.
You told us to give you something. We gave you one car. We not letting you leave. Smoke like these motherfuckers came 4.5 hours in bed.
You ain't got a smoke. You the one begging. We also came 4.5 hours and gave your ass a package last time. So y'all owe us.
Y'all didn't give me nothing.
Okay, well, you gave everybody from Detroit a package.
Y'all didn't give me no package.
And they put it on YouTube. We didn't even ask to be on there.
I seen it on YouTube.
We didn't even ask to be on that shit.
We didn't have that shit. That goddamn Cadillac watered in there.
There go right there.
I see that ugly motherfucker over there.
I bet you won't get nothing heavy as it didn't try. I bet you won't find nothing 4,000 pounds at this track.
I bet you that.
You like that? Two, what you bring? You better start talking to somebody else.
You got a small block in it? What difference does it make?
Now, just ask you a question.
You just got to move
make a
like
difference
you
when we flip the script. It's gonna make a difference.
That's fine. We're gonna try you.
All right.
You got turbo or supercharged?
What difference does you running nights? We don't care what y'all run. We got 3 cars over there.
You right.
Mustang.
You won.
I'm like you. I ain't scared. Hey, I seen you on the internet. Now you're talking to the real dog. I don't have to ask you what you got.
I ain't no real dog. We will see what you up to, real dog. You hold tight. You gonna get your ass pulled out too.
I ain't gonna get towed down. I came last time down to St. Louis. I mean down in Indiana where y'all were. At US 41, you motherfuckers wasn't talking all that shit.
We got a war going on. Chicago's in town. They talking big stuff. But Detroit is going to represent. Chicago can't go home happy today. At least that's what they say. But Chicago thinks different. So we're going to see.
I told him you can't run that way. Go run right now.
I ain't got this one. You got this one right here.
Hey, a lot of little shit. She got water. Oh, yeah. What's up, man?
If it runs, it runs. If it don't, we'll put it back in the trailer and take it home. But they want to run it, we'll run it.
That's over with.
My man caught
But see that Malibu over there? It ain't blazing yet.
Don't worry about it. I got something for your transmit.
No, you got something for me.
That's a street car. There ain't no race car.
Oh, we're gonna get me a couple hamburgers, man. We're gonna go down to White Castle. We're gonna hit Bella out Sunday night Segway.
We'll get it right.
You wanna know the baddest song gun in Detroit? In my opinion, no. Noel is the baddest song gun in Detroit. No.
Bye-bye. Firebird fire direct from BK, we take you higher. There's a bottle of fizz, then pop that. There's a chopper to lift, then pop that. Non-stop in the bitch, gon' drop that. I keep topping the hits with pop that. There's a bottle of fizz, then pop that. There's a chopper to lift, then pop that. Non-stop in the bitch, gon' drop that. I keep topping the hits with pop that. Chillin' with the criminals, messages subliminal, scribbling spills, spitting riddles for bills. Speed race, something faster than you. Laughing at you, Pepe Le Pew. I'm sharp as the needle, sting like mosquitoes. I'll slip to Argentina, not the only senorita. Got me on some anti-real shit for real, bitch. And if you wanna keep it really real, do a skin flick. Don't worry about me, you're just dying to see this black girl that's killing me. I'm so fantastic, smack, smack, smacking you, rat, pat, attacking you. Automatic comebacks, I don't do battle rap. I got a bitch snap, catch it, snatch it, down the hatchet with the ass like that. Your neighbors can crack it, clap it. I don't give a crap, cause I'm a bigger brat. There's a bottle of fizz, then pop that. There's a chopper to lift, then pop that. Non-stop in the bitch, gon' drop that. I keep topping the hits with pop that. There's a bottle of fizz, then pop that. There's a chopper to lift, then pop that. Non-stop in the bitch, gon' drop that. I keep topping the hits with pop that. Hey, woo, how'd you like some picnic basket? You trying to put me in a casket? Sandblast, if this is real life, I don't need to ask you. I'm past you, been past you, will outlast you. Use that tongue and make it nasty. I'ma hook you up with all access passes. Jaws coming through the bum rush the show. Chicky boom boom, I'm about to stick you low. Adios amigos, I lay it down slow. Loving a limo, that's the way I roll. You get high off me, I'm like a drone.
Right out here. Can't have no accidents like that when I come out here on the track, you know what I'm saying? Give me a few more minutes, you keep that camera where it's at. I'm gonna put some smoke in it for you.
But the boys came down, they represented. Detroit came in, they represented. So it was pretty live, but this is the way we do it. This is how we do street racing now in Detroit. We take it to the track and we have no ETs and we just go. We line up, we bet, we do whatever we gotta do and we go. So this is how we do it. So till next time, this is Paul Humphrey Sr. with Garage Talk. You know, we started back with Charles.
Right. I'm getting the interview now. Yeah, I can go now? Yeah, this Frank. Yeah, I just want to let everybody know I like to see racing.
How long you been into it, man?
About at least 25 years. Yeah, 25 years.
You used to come down to Castle all the time.
Hey, I was here at daybreak. I think I never left. You know, I was the man at the time.
Look, is that thing on already? Oh my goodness, crazy. He on me like, you know, they already know I'm a superstar. You see what I'm saying? Let me take my glasses off so everybody can see. I'm ready to see this one. I'm AKA Showdown. I'm not gonna tell you my real name because I gotta protect the innocent. You come to play. You come to play hard. You come to play hard, man. You about to do something. I'm talking about it. I'm gonna do it for all the fellas that ain't here. They love drag racing, like I do. We're gonna do it right.
William Gibbons, the photographer for all the car shows in Detroit. Any event a car is involved in, my man is here taking photos. Now, you know, this guy here is always at the shows taking photos. But see, what people don't know, back in the 80s, he was whooping everybody on the streets with a four-door Nova.
68.
Named Lame Lamb. Yep. See, he's trying to be incognito with this camera and crap. No. And he got a, what, 9-second Chevelle?
Yep.
9-second Chevelle. But he's trying to play it off. That's right. So I just want everybody to know this is Lame Lamb. You know? The main man from old school, back in the Castle days.
Early 80s.
Yes. All right.
We're having a fun time here at the White Castle, and we're enjoying ourselves.
Welcome to Garage Talk. I'm your host, Paul Humphrey Sr., and right now we're bringing it to you live from the Cobo Hall Center in Detroit, the hot rod show of the year. And I'll cut that. Just let it roll. Welcome to Garage Talk. Normally, we will go to people's garages and talk about how welcome to Garage Talk. I'm your host, Paul Humphrey Sr. Now, normally we would bringing you garage talk out of people's garages, what they're working on and what they're getting ready for, the car shows, the cruises. But today, we're going to come to you from one of the hottest car shows in the country, the largest on indoor. Cut again. Welcome to Garage Talk. I'm your host, Paul Humphrey Sr. Normally, we'll bring...